Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an episode of Ted's Brew Cellar on this Saturday early evening with me, your most gracious host, Ted, the premier alcohol review show here on YouTube. Now, it is currently 5:26 on the 7th of August 2021, and I hope I'm finding you all in a good state of affairs. Now, the reason why my voice sounds a bit raspy and gruff today is because I went to the fun fair on Brighton Pier with some of my colleagues last night, and I went a bit crazy screaming on the twirlers. You know, the cup, when you sit in the cups and it swings around, it spins around while you're also going around as well, and then also on the bumper cars as well. And also had some good drinks, some very stiff drinks, so hence the reason why my voice is a little bit scratched and roughed up. Also ate a lot of curry last night, so that might explain a little bit of it as well. But today we're going to be taking a look at another one of the beers from July's beer gift box set from Brewdog. So, well, not gift box set, it's their standard subscription box set. And I was kind of a bit worried about this one because this is a Pilsner, and if you guys remember from last weekend, I reviewed another Pilsner from July's box, and that was what was it? It was a jasmine flower infused Pilsner, a Japanese style one, and it was pretty damn atrocious, to be quite honest. This one is a crispy Italian Pilsner, or crisp Italian Pilsner rather, which is called Naples Staple, which is about probably the most punny name I've ever seen on a Brewdog drink, and they are pretty punny with their beer names. So this is a 5.2% crisp Italian Pilsner, and it says Bellissimo to go. Why? You know what though? I will say they're quite punny on the writing and design of the titles for their beers, but this one's just a jokester really, and I'm not sure how to feel about that. But I will say the design of the can is very welcoming and pleasant. Nice mellow yellow gold with a slightly more crisper gold underneath, with some nice shining sort of standout black writing and a nice background of white as well. It's a very strikingly designed can, and I'll give it a good solid 9 out of 10. It's a bit hard to tell what kind of a drink it is from a distance, but the design is very striking and it looks handsome. So yeah, I'll give it a 9 out of 10 for that. It's very good looking. But anyway, let's have a quick sniff there of this and see what our first impressions are like, and see if it's traditionally glamorously Italian. So it's a little bit floral in the finish, and it's got kind of like this sort of like quite interestingly sharp undertone to the smell as well. But the main body of the smell is just like a crisp, light, tiny bit sweet lager, and it's got that pilsnery sort of haziness as well. So this does smell pretty good, and I'm interested to see what it's like. It smells a bit more interesting than I suppose the jasmine flower pilsner that we reviewed last week. So I've got high hopes for this. So let's hope that it is indeed decent. I'm going to be drinking it today while watching the Charlton Athletic v Sheffield Wednesday match, so sorry if my eyes keep darting back and forth like a mad owl. But anyway, quick palate cleanser of water first. And then on to the most important part of the video, which is to see what this sucker tastes like. So, bottoms up. Okay, it's definitely more palatable, at least, than the jasmine flower Pilsner from last week. That was genuinely bad. Golden initial flavour, slightly fruity, like general fruity sort of undertone to the main body of the flavour, which actually complements the Pilsnery sort of like hazy sweetness really well, actually. And it's got this slightly hazy finish to the texture, which muddles up the flavour, and I'm usually not a big fan of when beers do that, but in this case it actually works quite well because it's quite a crisp, slightly undertonally sort of sweet kind of beer. I feel that haziness kind of breaks it up towards the finish and mellows everything out at the end, and it creates quite a nice relaxing Pilsner. And I think that that's kind of the main thing with Pilsners, is I think they're meant to be kind of generally palatable, relaxing beers that you just chill out with. Yeah, this kind of feels like a cross between the standard Czechoslovakian kind of Pilsner that's generally a little bit crisp and sort of a gold beer that's got a bit of a fruity tinge to it. So I'd say it's probably got like the main body and the texture of a Pilsner, but it's got the undertone and the flavour of a gold beer, I'd say. That's probably the general feel I'm getting for this, to be honest. It definitely feels more like a relaxation beer, but it could definitely also be a broad, meal beer, I think, as well. I think it could probably go with quite a lot of different things, although probably things that are quite high in salt content and maybe a little bit sort of light. So probably I'm thinking maybe like a sort of salad with some cheese and meat in it. That would probably be quite good. Maybe like a cheese and a Caesar salad. This would probably go quite good with a Caesar salad, actually. Yeah, that might be quite nice. But yeah, generally speaking, it's a broad, straightforward, comprehensive Pilsner that's quite palatable to first-time drinkers of this kind of beer, and I would actually really recommend it. So even to people who aren't perhaps necessarily into beers, because I know a lot of people don't like beers because some of them can have quite a bitterness to them, but this is counteracting that with a slight bit of sweetness in the undertone and the main body of the drink, and then the finish is quite pleasant and smooth as well, despite the fact that it is moderately hazy. So I'll give it a good... I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I feel like... Actually, no. An 8.25. I think the haziness could be toned back a little bit, and there could be an extra dimension to the flavour, like they could add in a slight bit more bitterness to just sort of counterbalance the sweetness. But generally speaking, competently brewed, nice to drink, and it's very relaxing, and I will go out of my way to get some more of this again in the future, so definitely recommend this one. So if you guys like this video, leave a like, share and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for future episodes of Ted's Booze Cellar, let me know in the comment section down below. And if you have any desire to check out anything else I'm doing online, I'll leave the links to my social media bits and bobs and all my other YouTube channels in the video description down below. But until next time, have fun, stay safe with whatever you're doing, don't do anything I wouldn't do, wash your hands, take a mask with you to the shops, drink responsibly, know your limits, and I'll see you guys at the bar next time on Ted's Booze Cellar. Bye bye for now.